everybody, today on Henry's house, I'm going to show you how to make Persian Kabab Soltani. Let's get straight into it. Okay guys, so to make Kabab Soltani, the first thing we'll need is some lamb backstrap. So I've just got one piece here. As you can see, lamb backstrap is a very lean cut of meat. There's barely any fat on there. Now what we're going to do is butterfly this. So I'm using a special barrack knife here, but you can't just use a regular knife, for example, like that, and just butterfly it like that. Using this, it's very long, so you get a nice even cut. Just like so. So that's what you want. Now what we're going to do is use the blunt side of our knife, not the sharp one, but the blunt, to tenderize this. Just like so. So how beautiful does that look? So what we need to do now is cut this into 3 strips. So basically we're going to go like this. So there'll be one there. There'll be another one here. And this one will be a bit shorter in the width, but that's fine. So just cut like that. Now we're going to get our sharp long metal skewers. And we're going to thread these right through the center like that. Check the other side, make sure it hasn't come out. Next we'll go to the next one. Thread that on. Make sure it hasn't come out again. And finally we'll go to the last one. As you can see, it's come out a bit, so we'll go back out a little bit and repair it. Just like that. Now using our knife, just cut along the end like that. And same with this side. And that's our barrack skewer done. So guys, next I've just got a small bowl here and I've got my sieve on it and our grater. So what we're going to do is grate half of a brown onion. So not the whole, but just the half. And what we want to do is squeeze out all this excess juice, as you can see. Now if you do prefer, you can put this into a food processor to speed it up. Well, that's up to you. Obviously it'll be a bigger mess to clean up if you do that. So squeeze as much juice out as you can. Okay guys, so I'm just going to transfer the onion into a bigger bowl. And of course we won't throw this out, we need that. So this onion juice is going to be the marinade for our barrack. So what we're going to do is season this with half a teaspoon of salt. About a quarter teaspoon of black pepper. And the most important ingredient, a teaspoon of saffron water. Now it's just water with saffron. There is a recipe on my channel on that. We'll mix that together. And what I'm going to do is pour our onion mixture onto just the lid here that I have. Or you can use a tray if you like. And we're just going to add our barrack skewer straight onto it. Give it a good coating, make sure it's well coated. Just like so. And we're just going to leave it in there. Now you can do this up to a day in advance. Now to our grated onions, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, a quarter teaspoon of ground turmeric, half a teaspoon of red sumac, and I'm going to add in about 300 grams of lamb mince. Now if you prefer, you can do this with beef mince, that's up to you, or you can do half lamb, half beef. And here comes the most important part. You need to mix this very well. If you don't mix the mince well, it's going to fall off the skewer. So you want to keep on mixing it until it almost starts to stick together, almost like a paste. Now I do recommend not using a food processor to do this, because they'll sort of toughen it up. And you don't want that. So what we're going to do now is cover this with some cling wrap. Get that well covered. What I'm also going to do is place a strip of cling wrap here. And we're going to paste our barrack skewer on it. And we're just going to wrap this. That'll keep all that flavour inside. Now these two are going to go straight into the fridge. Let them sit in the fridge for about an hour. Let all those flavours develop. As I said, you can do this a day in advance. Alright guys, so at this point I'm going to preheat our grill. Now I've got our barrack skewer here, which I've just taken out of the cool room. We'll bring that out. Now we're going to skewer our kubida. So we'll unwrap that. And I've also got a bowl of warm water here, which we're going to need for this. So we're going to thread the kubida into our long, wide metal skewers like so. So to do this, we'll dip our hand in the warm water first. And give our mixture another mix around. To make sure it's still nice and sticky. So once again in the warm water, and we'll grab about a baseball or tennis ball size of our mixture, and just against the bowl we're going to roll it into a spear shape. So you want to make sure it's nice and smooth like that. Now we're going to squeeze it so it's into a cylinder shape, and we're going to slide this onto our skewer like that. Now from the top, using your thumb, push down. Just like that. Flip it around, wet your hand in the warm water again, and from the top, push down with your thumb. Roll it over, warm water again, and from the top, push down again. And we'll take off that excess. And we'll take this excess off at the top and make sure it's nice, locked and secure. And there we go, that's our kubida skewer. So guys, before we move on to our grill, I'll go through the rest of our ingredients here. So just over here, I've got about 50 grams of melted butter. To this, we're going to add a pinch of saffron threads, because we're going to turn that into saffron butter. And we'll just give that a quick stir. And that's all. By the time our kebabs cook, they'll be ready. We've also got 1 tomato here, half of a banana chili, or you can use a bell pepper if you prefer, and some saffron water. And you can see the recipe for the saffron water on my channel. So let's move on to our grill now. The first thing we're going to do is get our tomato, thread it through our skewer, and place it onto our grill. The tomato will take a bit of time to cook. Alright guys, so I've just flipped our tomato over, and at this point we're going to add our skewers on. So our kubida and our barrack. After about 30 seconds, we'll go ahead and flip both our skewers. And at this point, I'm going to add our banana chili on too, so I've just skewered that as well. And we'll flip our tomato. After another 30 seconds, we'll flip our kebab skewers again. We'll flip our capsicum. And guys, basically all we're doing is flipping our skewers every 30 seconds until it's cooked all the way through. This will only take around 4 to 5 minutes. In the meantime, you want to get your rice or whatever you want to serve on the side ready. But in my case, I am doing cello kebab, so I'll do it with the rice. So we'll go ahead and flip once again. Now with the tomato and the capsicum, we're just cooking until they're nice and charred. Obviously not burnt though. So guys, at this point our tomato and our capsicum have finished cooking. So I'm going to set those to the side. Okay, and our kubida and our barrack are ready. So the barrack itself should have just a slight touch of charring. Just a little bit. And it should be nice and firm. Same with the kubida, only a touch of charring. So we'll set those to the side and let's start serving. So I'm going to show you how I serve it exactly in my restaurant. So we've got our Persian rice here. So what we're going to do is just spoon that onto our plate. Just like so. And we'll get our saffron water and add some to our rice. And you want to mix that together, just like that. Add that straight on. Next we'll get our kubida skewer. Push it off the skewer like so. And next we'll get our barrack skewer. Release it from the top and push that straight off too. We'll add on our banana chili. We'll add on our tomato. Next we'll add on red onions. sprinkle that with a bit of red sumac. Next we'll add some fresh mint, some radish, and finally we're going to top on our saffron butter straight onto our meats. Just like that. And that's how we serve Kabab Soltani in my restaurant. Okay guys, and that's how I serve Kabab Soltani in my restaurant. So as you saw, there's a lot of patience but a lot of love involved, and that's where all the flavor comes from. So in my case, I did serve it up with saffron rice, but you can serve this up on bread and it will absorb all that juice from the meats and it's sensational. Serve it up with some Shirazi salad on the side or a garden salad. There's a lot of different things you can do. Let me know in the comments how you like to eat your kebabs. Now, these are different than doner kebabs, so don't get the two confused. As always guys, please make sure to like, share, subscribe and turn on your post notifications. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Snapchat and Instagram. Now, I eat this sort of food every day, but I'll eat it again for you guys, just so you know it's good. You know, I'm a really humble person, but I'm pretty good. I'll see you all next time.